Fine. So here's an example, very small example we have taken. What exactly we are going to display? Let us see the output firstly. So this is the web page. There's a text field and there's a button. Ideally, we should not have a button, but for now we are using the on-click method as the triggering method for our AJAX part. Okay, so that is why a button is taken. So what printing? We are just printing out the table of, right? So whatever user enters in this page won't be updated. I mean, it won't be refreshed, but we are computing the results and then we are displaying it on this part of the web page. Which part? Here below you can see we have created a span by using the span tag in HTML. Or for example, let us consider this as the area of HTML page which will be updated. Right? That's all. Only this area is updated by using the HTML DOM. Else, whatever contents were there on the HTML page, those will not be updated. Those will not be refreshed whenever the result is displayed. Okay. So if we enter 5 over here and we press the button as the triggering event, we'll see this part of the page is updated. Okay. Fine. So let us go to the code part now. So this is our HTML page in which we have embedded some script by using the script tag over here. And in that script, we have embedded some JavaScript part. And in that JavaScript part, we have embedded the AJAX part. Okay, that is how the hierarchy goes. Fine. So in this web page, we will start with the body part. Let us see what the HTML has to offer. So as usual, we are printing out the statement. We are having a form whose name is F1. And as you can see, we are having no action, right? So whenever we perform any event like clicking a button, the form will not be submitted to a servlet or a PHP server-side script or a JSP directly, right? That is why no action attribute or no method attribute is defined for the form. Okay, fine. So now we have created a text type of input. Name is T1 and a button type of input. The name is show table. Fine, we have seen this. And it is having a on click attribute, which is going to call this function. Okay, it is a JavaScript function, send info. Fine. Now, once this function is called, okay, below that we will cover the remaining part. Once the form ends, we are having a area or we are having a HTML part which will be updated with the output of the AJAX operation, right? So that part we are already reserving and calling that with an ID A. Okay, we are naming that region which is to be updated. We are naming it as A. Okay, for that we can use the span tag, or you can even use the division tag. So you can reserve a division with some ID and then that division will be updated with the AJAX operation. Okay, so here we are doing the same. Okay, fine. So when earlier, before the operation is performed, obviously that region will be empty. Now, when this function is called, you can see the function, JavaScript function over here. We are defining a variable v and we are getting the value of the text field, whatever value we had entered in this text field. For example, we entered 5. So you are getting the value as document dot name of the form, that is f1 dot name of the exact control from where the value is to be fetched, that is t1, and the value attribute. So we get the value and then we are appending that value in our URL. Okay, we are creating URL parameters over here, right? So there is a index.jsp page to which we will be passing a parameter called val, and its value will be, right, which has come in v. Okay, this is how we build our URL. Now then we have we have to create a XML HTTP request, right? So we are calling the constructor, we are creating an object, and that object's reference is given to this request variable that we created over here at the start, right? So a new object for the XML HTTP request is being created over here. Then once that is created, we are going to check what is the, or firstly, if the state of the request object, I mean, it is having 4 to 5 states, starting from 0 to 4. We have 5 states altogether for the XML HTTP request. So whenever it is ready, then in that case, we are going to execute another function. Okay. Now, excuse me. Now, if the state changes, right? If the request state changes from the current one to something different, okay? So in that case, this function is being called. Okay. Now currently the state has not changed. So we go ahead, we open up, or we try to access the URL by using the, and then we actually send the request by using the send function. Fine. So once that request is sent to this particular URL, that is our index.jsp page, we'll see what is happening on the index.jsp page. Fine. So what is happening over here? We are simply accessing the parameter which was named as val, right? The value will come into n. That means 5 is present in n, and we are creating a. We are just printing out in the for loop. We are printing the table of 5, right? We have initialized variable up to 1 up till 10, multiplying i's current value with n. We get the table, right? Now once that table is received, the get info function will be called. Why the get info function will be called? Because the state by that time has changed. Okay. Now once the state is changed, we will verify is the state 4 or not. Now what this 4 suggests, that the HTTP, the XML HTTP request that we sent, a response has been received for that request. So that is the constant assigned for that state of the request object. Okay. Now once it is 4, then what we are going to do, we are again going to take the response that has come. Response text is the property which is used. With the response text, whatever we computed, the table of 5 that we computed over here, that response is placed in this variable, and then we are going to populate the area that we already reserved, that is the span A region. We are going with the 5. We generally do in case of JavaScript. The element which is to be updated by element ID function. So we are specifying the ID A, and we are updating the inner HTML property. That means the text of that particular element, right? So the span element will be updated with the table of 5. Understood? So this is how, without directly firing to the server, we are getting our operation executed, and we are updating a specific region of the same HTML page.